equally. We must pray hard for our troops who are keeping us safe, making the sacrifices in the challenges that we face in terrorism and banditry today. We must pray for them specifically, and we must remember their sacrifices and continue to be of good behavior.
The event was attended by key government officials, security advisors, and prominent business leaders. The Chief Imam of Lagos State also urged the faithfuls to emulate Prophet Abraham's spirit of sacrifice. Kike Lomo Okeri, Global Television News.
Vice President Kashim Shettima joined Muslim faithful at the National Prayer Ground to offer prayers and sacrifice to Allah as part of Eid el-Kabir celebration. Our correspondent Samuel Odi completes the report.
Allahu Akbar, Allahu Akbar.
Today, Muslim faithfuls gather to celebrate Eid Mubarak, a significant celebration. At the National Prayer Ground, Vice President Kashim Shettima urged Muslim Ummah to pray for Nigerians' peace and development. The Vice President urged Nigerians to pray for armed forces and security personnel who are keeping the country safe.
I would like to call on all Nigerians to rally around the President for us to reposition our nation for greatness. What binds us together surpasses whatever that divides us.
Muslims performed ritual animal sacrifice to commemorate the celebration. Imam Lukman urged Muslim faithfuls to pray for the country's leadership and transparency in governance.
The Eid al-Adha, that we slaughter, we sacrifice ram for Allah subhanahu wa ta'ala. Today we encourage all the citizens of this country to listen to the directive of the government and to do the best so that the efforts of the government will be seen in the public, not to sabotage the effort of the government.
To mark Eid Mubarak, Muslim faithfuls in Nigeria gathered in their numbers at the National Prayer Ground to mark and say prayers to Almighty Allah for making it possible for them to witness another year's Eid Mubarak. Samuel Odi, reporting for Global Television News.
The Academic Staff Union of University has invoked a non-pay, no-work policy on the federal government following the continuous delay of salaries of its members. ASU National President Professor Chris P. Wuna disclosed this in an interview with our correspondent in Abuja. Piwona accused the government of trying to frustrate members of the union following their departure from the Integrated Payments and Personal Information System, popularly known as IPPIS. The Ministry of Foreign Affairs has issued a warning in Abuja about the creation of a fake Facebook account in the name of its permanent secretary, Ambassador Dunuma Ahmed, was defrauded by fraudsters. He advised the public not to engage with individuals or groups behind such fraudulent schemes as they are deceptive and harmful. According to him, the ministry is working closely with security agencies and Meta, Facebook's parent company, to investigate and shut down the fake Facebook accounts. The President of the Senate, Godswill Obot Akpabio, has commended the governor of Akwa Ibom State, Umar Eno, for defecting to the All Progressive Congress. It was reported that Eno officially defected from the People's Democratic Party to the All Progressive Congress at an event held at the Government House in Uyo, the state capital. The governor defected alongside his deputy, Akon Eyakai, as well as members of the State Executive Council, federal and state lawmakers, and local council chairpersons. Reacting in a Facebook post, Akpabio said Eno's decision to join the All Progressive Congress shows his commitment to the welfare of his people. A governor of Borno State, Babangana Zulum, and the Shehu of Borno Abubakar El Kanani have appealed to the federal government to fast-track the rehabilitation and expansion of the Alau Dam. The duo made the appeal when the Shehu paid the traditional Salah homage to the governor at Government House, Maiduguri, saying that such was necessary to avert another Borno flooding disaster. Zulum, who expressed concern over the slow pace of work on the project, warned that at dawn of this year's rainy season, urgent action was needed. The Nigerian Air Force said it has carried out precision airstrikes on key Boko Haram strongholds in Borno State, neutralizing several terrorists. The service also said the airstrikes crippled terrorist logistics infrastructure ahead of Eid celebration. According to a statement by the Director of Public Relations and Information at NAF headquarters, Air Commodore Ehime Ejodame, the airstrikes were conducted under Operation Hadikai on June 5th and 6th, targeting terrorist enclaves in Tubuna, Baba, and Chiralia, located in the southern Tubums region of the state. A disagreement between the Nigerian Police Force and the Nigerian Security and Civil Defense Corps over an investigation into alleged illegal mining activities in Rafin Kabas, Aguada Town, Kokona local government area of Nasarawa State has escalated. Both security agencies accused each other of misconduct and interference in the investigation. The dispute, which has now been taken to the courtroom, centered on conflicting claims surrounding a mining site linked to an allegation of culpable homicide, trafficking of underage children for labor, and obstruction of justice. You are watching the live broadcast of News Express. When News Express returns, Minister of Power Adebayo Adelabu says power supply to improve soon. Details coming shortly, plus foreign and sports stories on the other side of this break. Please stay with us. Welcome back. In business, Nigerian Shippers Council has reaffirmed federal government's commitments to automating the port sector for optimal efficiency. NSC Executive Secretary and CEO Dr. Akuta Pius stated this disclosure during a courtesy visit to the Lekki Deep Sea Port. Akuta stated that NSC is championing automation as a key standard to enhance efficiency and effectiveness in the maritime sector. Nigeria and Angola are emerging as key players in African energy transformation, poised to lead the continent's push for energy security as refining capacity is projected to rise significantly, reaching up to 90%. This projection was made in the African Finance Corporation newly released reports. The corporation noted further that to unlock this potential, two complementary investment tracks will be required. And meanwhile, the Minister of Power, Adebayo Adelabu, says the President Bola Tinubu's administration is already fixing the foundational structure issued that had bedeviled the power sector over the years. Adelabu described the ongoing improvements in the power supply across the country as a tip of the iceberg when compared with what is to come in the next few years. The minister expressed optimism that in the next few years, the sector will deliver far more improved service, which will see power supply serving every Nigerian home, household, business, institutions, and industry. European Central Bank President Christine Lagarde says that policymakers are in a good place to deal with global uncertainties after cutting interest rates by another quarter point. Our correspondent Uyi Agbomofuegbe has more. We sincerely apologize for our inability to bring you that report. We promise to bring it in a subsequent bulletin. Now on the foreign scene, Russia unleashed a barrage of missiles, drones and bombs across Ukraine, killing 5 people in a major attack that the mayor of Kharkiv, Ukraine's second largest city, described as unprecedented. Russian forces have accelerated attacks on Ukraine in recent weeks, with the Kremlin vowing to retaliate over a brazen attack on its air base last weekend. In Kharkiv, Mayor Igor Teregov counted 48 Iranian-made drones, 2 missiles and 4 guided bombs before dawn in the city of 1.4 million residents, located less than 50 kilometers from the Russian border in northeastern Ukraine. The U.S. Treasury Department has announced sanctions against more than 30 individuals and companies accused of helping Iran evade sanctions and launder billions from oil and petrochemical sales to fund its nuclear and missile programs. The department stated that the sanction network shadow banking involving front companies in places like Hong Kong and the United Arab Emirates. The goal, is said, was to bypass existing sanctions, obscure the origin of oil proceeds, and funnel money into military-linked projects. Gaza's Civil Defense Agency said Israeli forces killed at least 13 Palestinians, 6 of them in a shooting incident near a U.S.-backed air distribution center in the territory's south. Gazans have massed at Al-Alam almost daily since late May to collect humanitarian aid at a center about 1 kilometer away, operated by the U.S.-backed Gaza Humanitarian Foundation, the Israeli military said. It was looking into the incident, the latest deadly fire near the Al-Alam and the point. In sport, world record holder in the 100-meter hurdles, Toby Amusan, will not compete in a trademark event at the Racers Grand Prix in Kingston, Jamaica on Saturday, which is today, as she lines up instead for the 100-meter final. The 27-year-old Nigerian will be up against a strong field that includes Jamaicans Tia and Tina Clayton, Kemba Nelson, Ashanti Moore, and Alana Reid, alongside Americans Makial Briscoe and Jasius Sears, in what promises to be a highly competitive sprint battle at the National Stadium. Originally listed to compete in the women's 100-meter B final, Amusan was later moved into the Elite, a final double championship sponsored by KFC. Galatasaray has intensified their pursuit of Nigerian striker Victor Osimhen following his refusal to join Saudi Pro League side Al Hilal. The Turkish champion have submitted a formal contract proposal to Osimhen, who recently concluded is on loan at the Istanbul club from Napoli, according to reports from transfer insider Fabrizio Romano. Galatasaray are reportedly looking to secure a permanent deal for the 26-year-old as part of bold summer rebuild aimed at boosting their attacking options. As we end the Global TV News Express, let's take a look at our top stories. President Bola Tinubu has commiserated with former Senator Smart Adeyemi over the passing of his mother, Princess Victoria Adeyemi. In business, Nigerian Shippers Council has reaffirmed the federal government's commitment to automating the port sector for optimal efficiency. On the foreign scene, Russia unleashed a barrage of missiles, drones and bombs across Ukraine, killing 5 people in a major attack that the mayor of Kharkiv, Ukraine's second-largest city, described as unprecedented. In sport, World record holder in 100-meter hurdles, Toby Amusan, will not compete in a trademark event at the Racers Grand Prix in Kingston, Jamaica on Saturday today, as she lines up instead for the 100-meter final. That's it on Global TV News Express. A quick reminder that Global TV is on DSTV channel 365 and StarTimes channel 276. Kindly follow us across all our social media platforms now showing on your screen using @Global TV NG. You can download the Global TV Nigerian app for Android and iOS devices to keep track of our broadcasts. I am Godwin Sunday. Thank you for watching.